not, because they kind of paused the first few seconds of this YouTube live stream. So, hey, it's old John Boy here out here in West Tennessee. And it's that time of year, man. It's that time of year, man. A couple years ago, I caught two streams during a live stream at like 1:30 at night. I've seen something jumping from tree to tree and got a picture of it on the property I own now. And something always happens between April and I guess all the way through May. And it gets really active. I don't know if it's like rutting season for them or what, but yeah. Ouija, my little dog's been acting a little weird here lately. Her hair's been standing up on her back, and she's been, just acting like I don't want to go in this area. I don't want to go over there. I'm gonna stick around the house. When she starts acting like that, I know something's up. Bang bang. How come I didn't talk to you yesterday? Hey, it's Bigfoot season, man. I can hear stuff out there. I'm not talking about yells or nothing, just movement. Just it's I think this week, I think throughout the next month, I guess, I'm gonna start doing a little investigating. I'm gonna get out here in the woods. I've got a good microphone for my studio. I'm gonna make a big ear. I'm gonna make one of them parabolical dishes to use with my microphone so I can really listen up in those woods. I was thinking about it, but man, I don't want to do it by myself. I'd like to live stream actually going to that panther den. But man, I don't want to be back out there by myself, because if I have two people, that gives me a 50% chance that it won't attack me. Man, I'm telling you, this panther, man, this is at least 200 pounds. Crazy, man. Hey, Paris Logan. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to start. There's a lot of stuff up in these clouds, but it coincides with what's down here with us and what's in the ground, the past. It's hard to explain. I used to call it petrified clouds. I'd find the same images in these rocks that are in the clouds. But yeah, it's that time of the year where I'm at, and they get kind of active. So I want to catch another one of their screams if I can. I'm gonna see if I can get my next door neighbor to. He's kind of, I don't know. He might not. It just depends. But maybe I can just get. I want to go out in the wood. Man, I got acres and acres. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of acres of woods and farmland all around me. Where I'm at, I've got several little creeks. They're big creeks. They're not just little creeks. They're pretty good sized creeks, and they all converge into the Porkadero River. I'm like 10 miles from Pinson Mounds as the crow flies. Do what? I'm not worried about that postal receipt. There's nothing on it. But anyhow, yeah, I think I'm gonna sit here and try to just stay outside at night and listen, because these things around, they make sounds like hoot owls. And the reason why they're not owl, the sound is coming too close to the ground and stuff. And it don't sound right. I heard one time. It sounded like it laughed when it tried to do it went whoo. I'm like, what? But you can tell by the capacity of the volume that you hear that it's not a typical man making that noise. But yeah, there's stuff all out here where I'm at. But that Black Panther, man, I had it wasn't really a nightmare, but it was in a way, because I had a dream that I was standing in front of that hauled out cedar tree. It's a big one, man. It's like over 4 foot across. It's hauled out, and it's a den for this Black Panther, man. And I was videoing. I didn't know the cat was in there. And when I got through video, I didn't go no more than 30 foot from it because something was telling me, hey, you know, you better be careful. You don't know what's up in there. I could hear it growling on the video. And I got that video on my channel. It's my video, and I can't find it. I don't remember the exact title of it. Oh, man, that's what this is. Hey, Josh Odom. This is what I was trying to tell you. I need to talk to you about Bang Bang. I've got somebody that wants me to be a part of their book and a documentary. And it's not on Bigfoot. It's on, I guess, the Skinwalker that I saw. Because I was on a Bigfoot Society live stream telling my stories 2 weekends ago. And then last weekend I got on there and I was like, well, I mean, it's nothing I saw, it's all what I heard. And I heard a series of knocking, and it was 8 different locations the knock came from, but they did it with like the first one did 1 knock, the second one did 2 knocks, the third one so on until you got to the 8th one, and it did 8 knocks. And what they were doing, I guess, I was burning leaves, and they were trying to figure out where the smoke was coming from. So I guess they sat there, and when that first one located the smoke source, that joker hit 1 knock here on a tree, covered 200 foot in like 5 seconds, did a single knock on that tree, and then in like 5 seconds was 200 foot back to that first knock and did another knock. And then that's when I heard the knock. It was 2 knocks, and it's like a 5-second pause. And I heard 3 knocks, and it was a little deeper in the woods. Then I heard 4 knocks, and it was deeper in the, 5 knocks, so to 8 knocks. And I kept Action Jackson, and I kept listening, and it'd start 8 knocks, 5-second pause, 7 knocks, 6 knocks, and it'd come back through to the 1 knock. And then the 1 knock would knock, and then the 2 knock would knock, but you could tell they were moving different. The 2 knocks came from a little different location and closer. The 3 knocks were a little closer in a different location, and so on and so forth. I guess this went on about 10 minutes, man. There's just, I don't know, it's just some crazy stuff, man. These things are something else. Gordo, what's going on? How you doing? But yeah, I think I'm gonna sit here and try to get some. If I get visual, I'll do. I mean, I'll have cameras ready, but it's hard to spot these things. I did get a snapshot of one, and it was weird. That thing was like 20 foot above the woods forest floor, I guess, and it was jumping from tree to tree. I mean, it would spring off one tree and grab another tree and jump off it and grab another tree, and that thing was making distance through the top of the trees, man. I'm like, and it wasn't big. I mean, it was like the size of a gorilla, but it wasn't as big as the first one. The first one I saw, if you could imagine, all right, y'all know what the Bigfoot looks like. So imagine you have a Brahma bull sized Bigfoot in front of you. I mean, that's the mass. It's like a Brahma bull, man. Daggum rippled muscles, and oh man, it's so crazy. But yeah, I just thought I'd get on here and let y'all know I'm fixing to probably jump off the clouds for a minute, since this is the time of year for the. It's always something. I mean, something obvious happens during this time of year. You know what I mean? I don't. They vocalize more around my area for some reason through April and May. So I just want to. This is my little window of opportunity to know that, hey, they are around, because they've done it for the last 10 years around here. But look, I'm fixing to have to get off here. I'm gonna get a little early start on the daggum the work day. Yeah, where'd you nose? That's how I know. When that dog's sitting there looking like an Arkansas Razorback because her hair's standing up like it does, and she don't want to go into the woods and stuff, yeah, that little dog ain't scared of nothing. Fayetteville. Yeah, I don't need any dogs. Man, people don't believe I caught my dog is a shapeshifter, man. I'm telling you, I've seen that dog go from her little size to looking like a 80-pound dog. And I had a friend of mine witness it, but he's passed away now. But that's the only other person I actually got to see what I've been talking about. And she's just a strange dog, man. The only, I mean, this dog picked me as the owner because it was 6 puppies, and I was trying to look at them, and she'd wind up in my arms, and I'd put her back down on the tailgate. And I was trying to look at the other puppies, and she'd wind up back in my arm, and I'd put her back down. I'm trying to look at the puppies, and the third time she wound up in my arms, the guy that owned the dog said, "Looks like she picked you." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll take her." And then I tried naming her. I tried everything like Precious and Princess and stuff like that. She would never answer. And she was crazy, man. She'd chew on glass and blackberry brambles, and she had some fire ants attack her one time, and she sat there and just dug face first into the nest trying to kill them. I'm like, man, it's just a crazy dog. But one day, I couldn't get her to, pay attention to any name I was trying to give her, right? And one day she just did some crazy crap and hopped off the bed and went into the kitchen. And I looked at her and I go, "You're as crazy as something out of a Ouija board." But before I could say board, she come running to me. I'm like, "Hang on." So I let her, it took a little few minutes and she wandered back to where she was at. And she had her back to me and I go, "Ouija." And she immediately snapped her head back and ran to me. And that's how she got named. She named herself, and she picked me from the litter. I mean, pick from, what I'm saying. I didn't pick her. She chose me to be her owner. And this dog has been something else, man. I mean, this dog can read my mind. I mean, it's just crazy. This dog actually knows my thoughts. And if it ain't that time of year, this season, when there's nothing really major out in the woods, I can be sitting there thinking, we ought to go through a hike in the woods. And she will jump up and start wagging her tail and be all excited. And I'm like, you read my mind again, didn't you? Just stuff like that. I mean, I've never seen a dog and she stares at me. She just watches me continuously, just never takes her eyes off of me. It's the craziest thing. And she's bit the crap out of me several times. This dog is the equivalent of taking a wild coyote puppy and raising it. I'm serious. It looks like a domestic min pin, but this thing, when it comes to food or anything else, this thing turns 100% canine. Look, I see people walking in. Oh, I better go ahead and get ready to get out of here, y'all. John P. Adventures, how you doing? Yeah, I gotta get off here. I gotta get in here to work. Oh, but yeah, y'all have a good one. Don't do anything I wouldn't